Look, call me uncultured if you want to, but I personally had never heard of Naoki Urasawa's Pluto up until very recently. Not until the small circles of hype I saw surrounding the release of the Netflix anime by the same name. Even then, I can't say I was too interested, but I was curious as to why it gained such a favorable response. Time passed and the anime finally dropped. I plopped down on the couch wondering what the story was about, as I never do any research on anime before I watch them. I simply watch new shows and hope for the best. And man, was I absolutely blown away just by the first episode. As always, if you enjoy the video, feel free to like and subscribe. We should have a new video out every Wednesday. Before we dive into why this show was the best thing to come out this season, my dumbass was completely unaware of the fact that this was a prequel to Astro Boy up until about episode 7. I never really followed Astro Boy with only faint interests over the years, but this show caused me to look at the series in a new light, to the point that I'm actively looking for more Astro Boy to watch or read, so if you have any recommendations, please let me know. Safe to say, my fondness for Astro Boy is at an all-time high. As far as I know though, this show takes on a much darker tone and doesn't even follow our esteemed Superboy. We follow a robot by the name of Geshit as he tries to find who's behind a string of murders. The majority of the show follows this investigation, so if you like murder mysteries, this is the one for you. Throughout the story though, there are multiple other side plots that get tied up real nicely by the end of the 8 episodes. Pluto comes hard and fast with hitting you right in your emotions, but none of it feels cheap. They aren't pulling a Game of Thrones here, where they just enjoy killing off characters to piss you off. No, every death is purposeful. Even the ones of people we don't know is meant to elevate the sense of danger from the lingering threat. For the major character deaths, the story isn't afraid to sit with the characters who were affected by it. For example, the vast majority of the first episode revolves around how the death of the public figure and robot, Mont Blanc, affected those close to him. That bit of suffering at his loss never feels lesser throughout the show, it just loses the focus. That leads into the major themes of the show. What does it mean to be human? Can these robots feel as we do? And how does the gap between humanity and robot kind close? That is the core theme, but not the only one. How does war affect those involved, whether fighting or as bystanders? The cycle of revenge and what it means to hate. All of these themes are handled well and never glorified. I think the idea of hatred in humanity is what was handled the best. The idea that the only reason robots don't have the functions to become human is due to their lack of hatred. And typically seeing that the robots who are the most human are the ones who have experienced that hate. In the final episode, a huge plot point revolves around a certain robot coming to terms with his hatred, not by acting on it, but by embracing it to become better. Pluto is a deep and introspective story on what it means to be human. I haven't felt this many emotions watching an anime in recent memory, and I'm so glad my curiosity got the better of me. I was sad. I was in tears. I was joyful, and I was anxious. Two of the things Pluto tries to do is make you think about why a character did what they did, and make you feel how a character felt. I believe it knocked both of these out of the park. If you haven't watched Pluto, please watch it. I'm sure that you will come out of the experience thanking me for having recommended it. This is by far the anime of the season, and I can't see anything else coming close. This is the type of story that only ever comes once, and I don't know how I hadn't heard of it before. As I said before though, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe. Maybe share it with a friend. Otherwise, peace.